Do they not know, like, when she was gone, it went back to the year before she was in the league?
Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas just sent a strong message to those criticizing Caitlin Clark in the WNBA, and it's one they really should take seriously. Every time Clark steps on the court, she's drawing huge crowds, breaking viewership records, and bringing big money attention to the league. But if the current players aren't careful, all that momentum could quickly fall apart.
Got a proposal from the league, which was honestly a slap in the face.
Right now, WNBA players are entering one of the most important contract talks of their careers, a new collective bargaining agreement. And tensions are high, players are speaking out publicly and gearing up for a fight. But what we're really seeing might be one of the biggest mistakes in sports history. Many players don't realize they're walking straight into a situation that could undo all the progress Caitlin Clark has brought to the league. While they may not see it, fans and experts do, and they're raising the alarm. In fact, more and more people are starting to say Caitlin Clark should just launch her own league. At the start of the season, that idea sounded far-fetched. Now, it doesn't seem so crazy, based on everything that's happened. She might actually consider it, or even feel like she has no other choice. So let's talk about what Gilbert Arenas just said, and the latest updates that could push Caitlin toward a major decision. Stick with me to the end and let me know in the comments if you agree with my take. And hit that like button if you think Caitlin should create her own league. First, let's go back to a clip that, in hindsight, looks like it predicted all.
I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility, for real.
Before the season even started, Angel Reese and DJ Carrigan spoke out boldly about the upcoming CBA negotiations. And they got a lot of backlash, not because people think WNBA players don't deserve better pay. That's actually happening either way, let's be real. You can't have Caitlin Clark earning less than someone running the local car wash. What really surprised people was the attitude, the confidence, the tone, and the clear disconnect from reality. The truth is, the players don't have the upper hand here. That power belongs to one person, Caitlin Clark. No need to show numbers and charts to prove it. This next clip says everything.
When she came into the league, obviously interest went way up and some of the finances went way up, but there was some argument that it was a little bit of, a rising tide lifts all boats. But here we go with Caitlin Clark, singularly, being missing for the time she was gone, and ratings tanking. 50% in some cases. And then also she comes back and reminds everyone how spectacular she is. And everybody's talking about the WNBA. So if you needed to sort of have it affirmed to you that it is just her, that the singularity of her is what we are talking about and her star power, you got it.
It's pretty straightforward. When Caitlin Clark is on the court, ratings go through the roof. When she's not, the numbers drop fast. That's not up for debate anymore. The data is clear. But here's what's really surprising, even as Caitlin keeps pushing the league forward. Some players are getting more aggressive. The jealousy and drama have hit a new high. For many fans, and even some in the media, the recent All-Star voting was the final straw.
9th best guard in the league. Don't try to give me the excuses of, well, she's been struggling lately, or she missed some games with injury. Come on, this is insanity, and I think it's an activist vote by the women of the WNBA who simply cannot stand her success. It's so dumb and it's so childish.
Caitlin Clark led all players in fan votes, and not just by a little. She broke records. But when it came to the players' votes, they didn't just leave her out of the top 4. They ranked her as the 9th best guard, not player, guard. This is the same Caitlin who finished 4th in MVP voting last year, and despite battling injuries, her stats this season aren't far behind. The way teams defend her tells the real story. She gets double-teamed as soon as she crosses half court. She is the scouting report. And that's why all of this and what Gilbert Arenas is about to say really matters. Every jab at Caitlin drives her fans further away, and when you lose those fans, you're not just losing views, you're losing the chance to make them lifelong WNBA supporters. Right now, a big part of Caitlin's fanbase feels pushed out. Some are even cheering against the league. They want her to leave, start something new, and leave the WNBA behind. They celebrate when ratings fall. It's become an us versus them situation, and the league helped create it. Now, throw this into the mix, the threat of a player strike. If that happens, those new fans could disappear overnight and probably won't come back. And here's the kicker. The players leading the negotiations may have the biggest conflict of interest you can imagine.
Let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. The owner of a competing basketball league is negotiating the salaries of players who are playing in the league they're competing against? But KC, Unrivaled isn't competing with the WNBA. Unrivaled was launched so WNBA players had the opportunity to make six-figure salaries that they could never earn in the WNBA. I'm pretty sure that is the definition of conflict of interest.
Major voices in the WNBA's contract talks. Breena Stewart and Nafisa Collier also happen to own a separate league called Unrivaled. That league already has big investors, a national TV deal, and many of the WNBA's top players, including rising stars. So while they're sitting at the table negotiating for WNBA players, they've got a backup plan, a league that could one day replace the WNBA altogether. That kind of setup makes it even harder for new fans to fully trust what's going on in the league, and as much as Caitlin Clark's fans love her, there's only so long they'll stick with a league that doesn't seem to respect or support her. That brings us back to Gilbert Arenas. With all this happening, the jealousy, the power moves around the CBA, and clear conflicts of interest, Gilbert said what a lot of people are thinking. And it's something the WNBA needs to hear.
Just enjoy and go on with it.
Yeah.
Like, think about what they was getting paid before they said, Jordan, you're the guy. What do you think Magic and Bird and all them making? Do you know how much Charles Barkley was making his rookie year before the TV deals that Jordan brung in? If you're making $40,000, every 5 months, and now you're making 80, then just do your job
And vote for the person who got you there. Yeah, that's weird to me.
Gilbert Arenas has said a lot more on this, but let's pause here, because this is the part that really shocks people. The WNBA has the female Michael Jordan and Caitlin Clark. She's breaking viewership records, selling out every arena she plays in, and helping the league land major TV deals. That new media rights deal, it's reportedly worth $270 million a year, almost $3 billion over the full contract. And that's exactly why the league is renegotiating the CBA early. But despite all this, the drama and jealousy haven't stopped. It's hard to believe. And Gilbert makes a solid point. Some players clearly don't see the bigger picture.
Eat, y'all eat.
Clean up. Let me clean up. I got y'all.
This is what you wanted. This is what you needed, that we're not watching you for your talent. Someone came in that everybody wants to watch, kids, everybody. Now we can see your talent.
This isn't complicated, but somehow the players still don't seem to see it. Caitlin's spotlight doesn't just shine on her. It lifts the whole league. Just look at the Indiana Fever. Even when Caitlin isn't playing, their games are still pulling in over 1 million viewers, more than double what most other teams are getting. I'll explain why that's happening in a minute. And then there's that powerful line from Gilbert Arenas: when she eats, you all eat. He's not the first former player to call this out, but he might have said it best.
I think we have to understand that when one player eats, we all eat. And as we all get more opportunities, it just opens it up for everyone else. And I think Caitlin has said that even herself in certain interviews. And I love that. I love that she's not the player who's like, it's all about her. It's not. She's giving love and homage to those of us that have come before her. She shares the wealth with her teammates, and she doesn't have to do that. So I just don't, again, I don't know what the big deal is about the fact that Caitlin is getting a lot of love. She deserves that, and she's helped change this game just as a lot of other players have.
But here's what Gilbert said that might be the biggest mistake in all of this, the players' biggest miscalculation. They thought they could criticize Caitlin Clark, downplay her success, and complain about her fans without any real consequences. They believed it wouldn't matter, but they overlooked one crucial fact, and that oversight could cost them more than they realized.
So if you're sitting there beating it up and doing all this, all y'all become is hated. Like, have y'all not paid attention? No one is caring about anything else. You want to beat on it, they're going to hate on it. You want to talk shit, they're going to hate on it. Like, there comes a point where reality has to kick in. You can keep fighting the fight, and you're going to be the odd person that looks bad.
The heart of it. Instead of welcoming Caitlin Clark's fans and turning them into long-term WNBA supporters, many players did the opposite. Jealousy took over, and by constantly throwing shade at Caitlin, they pushed away the very people who were ready to support and grow the league. Her fans felt rejected, and many turned against the players. Meanwhile, The Indiana Fever took a different approach. Their Now You Know campaign sent a clear message. Our fans are welcome. They don't need to be corrected, judged, or told how to cheer. We're just glad they're here. And it worked. Even when Caitlyn's not playing, Fever games still lead the league in viewership. Despite a rocky season, the Fever did one thing right. They embraced the fans. The league as a whole hasn't, and now that divide has grown. It's not just Fever fans versus other teams. It's Caitlin Clark fans versus the WNBA. And this is exactly where the players are making a huge mistake with how they're handling the CBA. They think casual fans will stick around no matter what. But they won't. Many are already walking away, and that brings us to where things stand now.
Never remember this being true before, but I think it is true for her. Never been true in team sports. The WNBA needs Caitlin Clark more than Caitlin Clark needs the WNBA. If the league will not protect her and allow her to play basketball at the highest level, then she should leave and start a brand new league. Heck, I would invest in it. If you told me right now, hey, Clay, you can invest in Caitlin Clark or you can invest in the WNBA without Caitlin Clark, I would invest in Caitlin Clark's new league.